Polls have opened in Uganda. More than 15 million people are expected to vote in presidential, parliamentary and local elections. President Yoweri Museveni is seeking to extend his 30-year rule. His main rivals are Kizza Besigye and former Prime Minister Amama Mbabazi. The African Diaspora Forum's Johnson Emeka joins me in studio now. It's great to have you with us in studio. I imagine that for an organization like you, you'll be watching these elections closely, as it also has implications for Ugandans in South Africa.
Definitely, we are highly interested in what goes around in elections in Africa. And Uganda, being unique, we have special interest.
What particularly are you going to be paying attention to where this election is concerned?
This election is first of its kind in a way. The first time a sitting president is contesting the election for the 7th time in his country. He's ruled Uganda, the sitting president has ruled Uganda for 30 years now. And the unique thing about this election is that 78% of Ugandan citizens are under 30 years. And this president has ruled for 30 years, so it means 78% of the population have grown to see him as president. So it's quite unique.
As a diaspora forum, do you have a certain position in terms of what you think the best possible outcome for these elections will be, especially in maintaining economic stability and peace in Uganda?
Yes, sustainable development has always been our concern. Stable polity of every African country has always been our concern. So we picked interest in this election last year after the nominations in November last year by the parties. 8 contestants were nominated and accredited by the EC, that is the Electoral Commission of Uganda. And immediately after the nomination, there was upheavals. There was tension, there was expectation that this election would have been chaotic. But all of a sudden, within a space of time, gradually peace set in. The two leading opponents of the sitting president met a series of police harassments, arrests, detention, and initially. But towards the turn of the year, the end of last year and the turn of this year, relative peace has been recorded in Uganda. And advanced parties, the monitors, election monitors, both from UN, EU, that are there, are giving us nice and conducive reports.
When we look at the violence that has broken out in Kampala, specifically over the last week in the run-up to this election, have you been speaking with people from home, whether it's friends or relatives of people who are part of your diaspora forum who are from Uganda, and what are they saying about the situation?
Yeah, our members here, most of them they're politically aware, and most of them are home right now. And the report they are giving us is that irrespective of the little skirmishes, which is very, very akin to African politics, there is no general upheaval like we had expected. Looking at the nomination process and the behavior of the police immediately after the nomination. So we believe that the state must have upped their game in maintaining peace, because all eyes actually, it's not only us, all eyes are actually in Uganda. For the first time in the history of Africa, a president is ruling for 30 years and through the polls. And the fortunate thing there is that they did a lot of, the EC did a lot of homework. They coordinated so well with the Europe, that's the EU, in putting in place basic processes and practices which are compliant with modern democracy.
All right, that's where we're going to leave it for this morning. The Africa Diaspora Forum's Johnson Emeka giving us their take of the elections that are taking place in Uganda this morning.